Hello and welcome. Oh my God, I hate that sound. It does it every time. Like, why does it do it? Like, Zoom. Why are y'all doing this? Okay. Hello and welcome to the fourth season of the Black Dawgs Sports Podcast. I am your host, Arthur Hosey Jr. of the class of 2008. And I'm joined here by my I guess new close personal friends, um, Kendrick Vivian and Derek Thomas. Derek,
Wait,
what
wait, wait,
happened?
wait, 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 wait,
What?
wait, wait, wait,
What?
wait.
Bruh.
Y'all broke up, man. Y'all pulled a star
I
screaming
ain't broke up.
Megatron.
Like, nah, I got a lot of close personal friends, you know what I'm saying? I'm allowed to have more than one.
Yeah,
I
yes,
think
you are, right?
the podcast has brought us together, okay?
Star screaming Megatron.
Starscream was always trying to,
Oh, my foot.
I just noticed there's a slug in front of me. I'm gonna let it make it. I ain't even go get no salt right now. All right, Derek, what's happening? What's on your mind?
Man, chilling. Glad to have power for the second straight day. Y'all know I'm down here in Baton Rouge. We dealing with Hurricane Ida. I want to send prayers out to all the other residents and citizens of Baton Rouge and Louisiana who do not have power. Hopefully, energy gets that back going. Kids will start school on Tuesday. I don't think they will. I hope so, but just want to send prayers out to everyone. And also, man, be polite at the gas pumps. We all need gas. Ain't no need to shoot nobody over gas. Just be polite and patient.
Oh, that's what's going on down there?
Wow.
In Metairie, a guy got shot over some gas, man.
Wow.
You know, sad.
Well, considering where Metairie is, I'm not surprised by it. People have died over it. All right, so KVille, the headliner,
What's good?
aka oh my God, like what is going on with here? Anyway, but yeah, what's up, Ken?
What's up, man? Glad to be back. I just wanted to say good to see you, D. I was down, of course, I was down on the coast too. We didn't get as much in my neck of the woods. We got water, we got as much, we had more water than we've ever had, like ever, but it still wasn't, close to what happened further on that side. So we're still praying for you guys.
Thank you.
Crazy, mad shout out to my Moss Point Tigers real quick, and then we'll get started. Moss Point is 0-2 for the season. Boy.
After.
Hey, but Moss Point is 0-2 on the season. But they lost to the Iberville, who's one of the top teams on the coast, maybe the state that they're thinking. Moss Point is 4. They're 6. That's what they're saying. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You can do all that you want to. But they're 6A school, only lost 12-0. Last night, haven't beaten East Central in forever. Lost by 1 point. Last night to East Central in the last minute of the game, too. So big shout out to those guys. 4A is gone. It's gonna be a problem. Moss Point's gonna be a problem in 4A. So big shout out. Right now, it's Hell State time. Let's go.
Okay, so Ken, while
What's
we're
up?
on the subject, I wanted to talk about the lack of quality in coastal area football and athletics in general. Every year it seems like the coast end has 4 teams that end up in the semifinals of the playoffs and they never freaking win. Like, what's the story with that? Like, why is Biloxi and Gulfport and all those teams so freaking bad? Like, if everybody else recruiting, I would imagine it would be easy to recruit them both for the Biloxi high school. Oh, speaking of which, your little post that you had earlier, I agree with it.
I
didn't think you
appreciate it.
needed to edit it at all, but
Yeah.
hey, it is
But
what it is.
the reason why I edited it, man, I did do that because, of course, I'm still employed. And the disclaimer was true. Like, these people are moving and going like literally going across the street. Like, if you drive 3 seconds in one direction, you're in another city, which that city has multiple apartments, construction going on. They have multiple things going on. When you just cross over that line, nothing's going on. It's just, hey, it looks like the same place it was 30 years ago when I was there. It's like, dude, nobody's developing anything. But if, like I said, you go, traffic lights separate cities down on the coast. And
Right.
you see development. As soon as you leave out of that city, this city, you see development everywhere. And that's the thing, like, dude, somebody said, you got to get jobs in Moss Point. I said, no, you don't. You got people that live in Mobile, drive past Moss Point, Pascagoula, Goshen, Ocean Springs, Biloxi, D'Iberville, St. Martin, all that, to go to work in Gulfport. So it's nothing to do with, the jobs, because you can live anywhere on the coast and work anywhere on the coast. So nothing to do with that. But yeah, I do. It's like every time we play somebody, every time, I don't care who we play, it's a Moss Point product, or somebody that really could be Moss Point, like deep roots in Moss Point on that team showing out. It's like, dude, come on, man. And it's just crazy. But you asked me a question, then went somewhere else. What did you ask me? The quality of football. Let me knock that out real quick. Quality of football.
How come y'all don't win championships?
The only reason why I take offense to that, Arthur, because know where you've been and where you from don't do squat in sports. Well, Murrah basketball, they hoop. I give them that. But nobody else does anything.
Wait. You ain't finna bring Murrah on this, because Murrah used to get all the athletes from all around Jackson with that APAC program, bro. All them girls was not in Murrah's district.
Oh, snap.
One of my good buddies live around the corner from Callaway.
Oh.
She ended up going to Georgia, and she ended up finishing up in Louisiana.
Wait. Now,
maybe that's how Murrah beat my Yellow Jackets when I was in Starkville.
Now, check this out. With all them freaking championships,
beat up a Mustang day today, Arthur.
With all of them championships that Galloway is winning in basketball, I'm pretty sure that them ninjas don't stay anywhere near Beasley Road.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, where Malik Newman stayed?
And it's beat up a Mustang day. Charlie's gonna beat up on them mustard things today.
I don't doubt it. How many times I gotta tell you? I just work at Murrah. I do not care. I've also worked at Forest Hill and at Lanier. Don't care what happens to them either.
It's the reason why you don't care.
It was supposed to be. No, I just don't care because I don't care. Like, I was at Raymond and they won freaking basketball state championship the year that I was there, and I didn't care.
They beat us. Anyway, they beat us bad. When that's when I was at Knoxville. It was like, dude, it wasn't even a game. They were pretty good.
They got a heck of a basketball program.
They were pretty good.
But anyway, these people are tired of listening to us. We just talk about high school sports, and they want to hear about the Bulldogs. So,
well, let's talk about the Bulldogs.
All right, so Mike Leach, the Mike Leach experience, year 2. Okay, so last year, as far as I was concerned, was a Charlie Foxtrot. And people are trying to say that it wasn't, but it was. Now, they'll also say that toward the end of the season, we started looking better. But Vanderbilt, Missouri, and Ole Miss will make anybody look like they doing better. So, how do y'all feel about the Mike Leach hire so far? And what direction do you think that this thing is headed? I'm going to start off with, oh my goodness, wait a second. For whatever reason, Siri keeps coming up. And Siri, like on my MacBook, I'm on my MacBook. And for whatever reason, Siri keeps coming up. And when it does, I can't hear anything for a couple of seconds. But at any rate, I'm going to start off with KV. What are you feeling about this Leach hire so far?
All
with
right.
the disclaimer that he came on this show a couple of times.
All right. I mean, from the jump, I did like it. So this is gonna be an unpopular opinion, and from a lot of fans. I liked it because of the splash factor. Eyes were coming, and at first it was like, okay, this is what is going on down there with the last hire. It was like, what's going on down there? That's crap. That's a mess. Number 1 defense. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Then all of a sudden, oh my God, Mike Leach. Oh my gosh. It got people looking. All right. Got people looking, got people talking. And it was obvious what happened with last season. People was like, man, forget that. I mean, if they're not gonna change, we're not gonna change. I'm gonna put a half a lineman on the line, and everybody else gonna drop back. We're just gonna stop the pass. All right, now with what you said with the season getting better and it being Missouri and Oxford and Vandy. Thing about it though, you got to think about it. They did start running the ball a little more. It don't matter who it was. He started running the ball a little more. So that I think that could have helped. Now, if he, mans up a little bit and changes his offense a little bit, I mean, do what you do. That's your offense. Do what you do, but you got to run it a little more. Maybe, just maybe, you might see a change, a difference in season 2. Also, last year, first year in, and people like to say, athletes will be whatever, but you got to get everybody in that fits what you do, especially when you go from regular offense, kind of spreadish, kind of, to straight up. What do you call that thing? That's not a running.
Air raid.
Air raid. That's what I got his own little thing. Yeah, air raid. You got to have a gunslinger. You got to have some, athletes out there. We had 80 tight ends on our roster last year. That's not his groove. You know what I'm saying? So and then you had some receivers that were tight ends. That's not his thing. And so hopefully, year 2, you'll see some kind of improvement. I don't expect, us to go out there and win 8-9 games, but I expect some improvement, some competitiveness, and then you had a whole season of looking at 9 deep in coverage. You had a whole season to look at that. So you had to make some kind of adjustments to it. So I'm still on board right now, just like I was with Moorhead. I'll say it. I wasn't excited about the hire. I'm going to say this. I saw your face. I wasn't excited about the hire, but I didn't write him off until season 2. Like season 1, I'm like, first year. Everybody gets that luxury with me. First year, all right, your first year. All right. Second year, no improvement. Like, what is this? Like, dude, so Leach, I'm looking forward to the year, unlike some people, but I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can have a good season because I was there with the 3-8 seasons. Like when they started, like when Cheryl's first 3-win season, I was right there, bro, and the whole way through. So I'm good where we are. Hopefully we'll move forward. I like the young players. I like what we have on the roster. So I'm looking forward to it. So I'm still good with the hire so far.
Okay, Derek, same thing for you. Kind of what were you thinking about the Leach hire when it was made? And what's your response to last year, and how do you see it kind of going forward?
Well, I wanted Mike Leach the year we hired Joe Moorhead. So I'm great with the hire. I'm a Mike Leach fan. I've been a fan of his offense and with just his personality and how he, handles his football program since his Texas Tech days. Don't necessarily agree with everything he's done, but hey, that's him. He has to deal with that. But he's a good. I mean, I've talked to him. I don't abuse that access. He's very personable. So I think year 2 we're going to see marked improvement in how the offense is executed. If you look at Leach's offenses over the couple of years, he does run the ball more in year 2 versus year 1, and he adds to run more later on. So I think we'll be more balanced in Mike Leach's eyes is running the ball 20% of the time, in my opinion, maybe 25% of the time, throwing 75% of the time. Because if you look at that team where I don't have it in front of me right, he had 2 running backs. They both had over 700 yards rushing, and also 700, close to 700 yards receiving each. So they were very, very balanced. The running backs we have now can hurt you in the run and the passing game. So I think we're going to see more balance on offense, but I'm not really worried about the offense. It's the defense where I want to see improvement on. Because yes, we have stars studded all over our defense. We got 2 lockdown corners, but the back end, middle of our defense, over the top, is very, very suspect. We got a transfer in from Texas. We got those safeties back. Hopefully, they're gonna play improved. We're losing Errol Thompson at linebacker, but Brule and the young man Nathan is gonna be replacing him. So I, I just want to see where we are on defense. We lost the defensive end to injury, but we got Randy Charlton in, from Central Florida. So I really want to see how the defense performs in year two because we know the defense really, really kept us in a lot of games last year. And the thing is, we have a lot of depth at the safety position. We have some guys who were injured who are back. So if those young guys don't play, I mean, don't play well, you can put a red shirt senior that's back for his, I think it's what his 6th year on the in the program. So I just want to see how the defense plays. Cornerback, we straight. 2 lockdown potential first, second team, all ACC talents at corner. Brule at linebacker. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of talent on the defensive line. So I expect us to have a lot of sacks this season. I want to see that.
Okay. Now, Derek, let me ask you a question. I can't remember if it's you who really likes this player, but what about Kareem Walker?
Who? You don't want to hear me say who, don't you? He ain't on team no more. Why we talking about who? He gone.
The dude,
I don't know where he at now, but he's somewhere else.
Did he even play a snap in a freaking spring game?
He had a carry in it for his career in Maroon, but who, like you said, who, Al? Who?
Old Kareem Walker. Okay,
he's like he's at his 7th school now, right?
I mean, he's at Southeastern, I think, right? I'm gonna go.
That man no more games. Hey, that man no more. That man no more teams than Iggy Allen.
Or the other boy was it Charles Moore?
Oh boy, he had Marshall now, right? Did he finally play? I mean,
we're gonna find
Marshall
out.
Play today.
Man, didn't he go to like Oregon State or something?
He went to Oregon for 7 seconds.
Right.
Oregon State, Auburn. Then he went to JUCO. Now he's at Marshall.
Listen, so now I like to do these disclaimers now, I guess, Arthur, but him and Charles Moore, they're both grown men now. So now if they were freshmen and stuff, I probably wouldn't have said this, but they grown men drinking with grandchildren. So, we can talk about them.
I mean, it is. Charles Moore is full grown now. Yes, he is. He's always looked like a full grown man with a beard, man.
He probably has a mortgage. Listen, so my just a shout out to my nephew though, because we mentioned Charles Moore. He's at Marshall. My nephew is a running back at Marshall. Number 29, Arthur Rogers Jr. Shout out to my nephew. That's my oldest brother. You like? That's my oldest brother's son.
Well, since we giving shout out, this young man is not a family member. He's like a nephew to me. Jermaine Vessel and Catholic High Bears got a sack last night. Congrats, bud. And they went up to Washington D.C. and put the smackdown on a team up there. So
from where?
Catholic High in Baton Rouge. He's a senior.
Okay, there you go.
Mississippi State might need to go pick him up.
I say you're gonna give a shout out. Get a shout out. We don't know who this dude is.
Catholic High Bears.
Yeah.
Catholic High Bears. He's like 6'2", 215. Got a room to grow. So Mississippi
What is
State,
measurable?
Get him. Go get him.
Eric, what are his measurables?
He's 6'2", 6'3", by 215. Plays defensive end outside line.
You didn't have to answer that question, man. We listen. Hey, we're all about the quality.
I just caught on why he asked that question.
We're about qualitative, not quantitative.
I just caught on why he asked the measurables question, Kendrick.
Yeah, we're on the qualitative data. What my eyes see, baby.
We're gonna leave Voldemort alone. We're gonna leave him alone.
Okay, all right. Okay, so not that anybody asked for my thought about Mike Leach or anything like, but y'all already
know your thoughts are.
We should not.
He need to let the world know.
We should have got Steve Sarkisian. They went and hired Mike Leach because it sounded really good on paper. And Mike Leach invented the air raid, which is good. But it's like that time where Auburn hired that guy Tony Franklin or whoever who kind of invented the spread. But the style of spread that he was running was so freaking antiquated that Auburn was like getting their behind kicked by everybody, and they had a fist fight on the freaking sideline about it, and they had to fire him. So, like, who is that guy? The guy that's like the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. His air raid fine.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, their air raid has a little bit more of an evolution to it. But I think that the one that Mike Leach is running is kind of like the 1.0 version, and it needs to be updated. Now, that being said, the way that we looked in the Ole Miss game, the way that the offense looked in the Ole Miss game, it had potential. But then again, I don't know how much of that was the adjustment and how much of that was Ole Miss, who I believe that Derek could run for 100 yards.
You know what? Now I probably could now, but now.
Hey, that John Stringer said, you keep losing weight, you're gonna be little D and not big D.
I know, man. Like I said, this shirt little on me now.
I know, right?
I can fit some 1X shirts.
Hey, Derek, I don't know how I feel about somebody calling me Lil D though.
The one time when we actually need your censor on the show, and of course he's not here to censor you anymore. So
yeah, that's not appropriate.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Hey, y'all stop, man. Y'all
We're
stop,
not gonna do this.
Hey, move on with the show. Move on with the show, man. Y'all stop.
Oh goodness. Okay. I
got a song. Y'all know I got a song called "Quit Being Petty," right? So that's going on. Yeah.
We need to use some of your songs as theme music, Kendrick. Background music, man. Use some of your songs as some background music.
Yeah, I like Derek. I like Ken's song "Now Another Love Song." Don't nobody say that now another like him. All right, so second topic: breakout players for the season. To be honest with you, I have no clue who any of these dudes on the team are. I don't know. If I had to guess, I'd probably say Creme Brulee, just based off of him being one of the people who I can actually name off the top of my head.
Know he's gonna do something though.
All right, Creme Brulee, and on the offensive side, that Wally dude was pretty good, but I think that at this point he's not a breakout player.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the running backs, I don't know none of their names, but I'm gonna wait for
and one of them from Greenville. You're supposed to know the guy from Greenville.
Okay.
Dylan Johnson. I think he can play. I think Dylan Johnson can play, but it seems like they're more partial toward the other running back.
That's
correct.
Marks. Jaquavius Marks.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's it. So, all right, I'm gonna start off with Derek on this one. Who your breakout players on offense and defense?
All right, on offense, I'm gonna name a transfer guy who has more experience in the air raid than anyone on the Mississippi State roster, and that is Jamir Calvin, who played for Leach at Washington State.
Ooh.
He is now starting at wide receiver.
Ooh.
You know, with Rufus Harvey behind him.
Where's Rufus from?
Arkville. But the most player I'm looking forward to seeing on the football field offensively, who I think is going to make an impact, is LaDetrick Griffin. I cannot wait to see him with the ball in his hands. We saw what he could do last year on special teams and a little bit on offense. So Jamir Calvin is going to be my breakout player. Behind him will be LaDetrick Griffin. On defense, oh my God, I mean, it's so hard to pick someone here. I mean, we know what we got in Emerson. We know what we got in Forbes. We know we got in Wheat and Creme Brulee. I'm gonna say on defense, Randy Charlton at defensive end. I mean, he's coming in with a lot of hype, potential pass rusher. You know, I want to see what he's gonna do on defense. And then, of course, Jalen Green, the transfer from Texas. Those are my players who I think we're going to break out this year.
All right, bad boy, baby. I don't know who any of those guys you just mentioned are,
Cause you ain't
and
did your
that's why I'm
homework.
gonna go. That's why I'm gonna go to. Look, I need to see these fools on the field. I'm not like somebody who I'm not gonna name who be reading all the scuttlebutt in Gene's page about what the guy did in practice because what they doing,
We ain't gonna throw no shots at Gene's page.
whatever. It ain't nothing wrong with Gene's page. I'm just
Yeah.
saying it be in the forums of Gene's page and guys be talking about what they heard out of practice. F that. Let me see what they do on the field. Like it's one thing doing it against your teammates. It's another thing to do it against the LSU Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Tigers, let's go to one of the Moss Point Tigers. KZ, headliner. The guy that made that fake Tyler Perry play that one time. They couldn't nobody remember their lines to. Who your breakout players are. And by the way, this is his topic.
Well, the only reason why I did it because to give us some topics to talk about. But I'm between you and Derek on this one. But you know, I'm excited, guys, because hopefully Lashley can be. I'm going offensive line.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm changing this whole thing up because it's been revamped.
Man, I forgot Scott Lashley was on the team.
Right, but here's the thing now. We talk about people leaving here, going to Alabama, and sitting on the bench, but the boy been in Alabama for 7 years. So, hey, listen.
Almost.
Listen to me now. He's been now. So now our starting tackles, right? We had what's the big boy name? Dollar Bill.
Charles Cross.
No. I'm talking about last year. You had Dollar Bill and you had
Bill.
Cameron Jones, right? They flip flop. Cameron ended up being the starter at the end of the season. Like at the later half. Both of those guys have moved to the interior.
That's correct.
Right. And them some big old boys. So they moved to the interior. Now we have Lashley on the outside, and we have Cross, who really hadn't impressed me yet, but he's still ranked. I mean, he's still projected to be a first round pick.
Yeah.
So if he can do that, if he can feel that potential out, that line could be something serious, dude, and it could change the game for us. So I'm going to put my money on the offensive line, the whole line, because like I said, I like the adjustment we've made. You'd have had these guys out on the island all year, right? And so they got that experience. Now you slide them inside, you know, where they got some protection on either side. Oh my, that might be something.
Well, Kendrick, since you bring up the line,
go ahead.
You know, we all know the wishy-washiness we had at center last year. Cole Smith is no longer starting. LaQuistion Sharp has moved over from guard, and he's starting center. What do you think about that?
Well, Sharp is from Columbus, right? So, you know, he might have that thing in his neck like Kylan Hill. So, yeah, so he might.
Well, you know, Cole Smith is a legacy. So,
hey, but see what you just said though. He's a legacy, right? Well, he's a legacy to who? Like his daddy or his uncles?
His dad played Mississippi State.
Great,
former NFL player.
Great. So his dad played at State and in the league, right? And he's back up. So that's saying something for our coaching staff. You know, that they not buying into, you know, hey man, we got to put this guy in. It was like, dude, you're not getting it. Because you got to think about it. He was his snapping or delivery or whatever you want to call it was terrible, right? I don't know what his blocking was like because the ball would go.
He's a better guard than center.
You know, the ball would go everywhere though. You know what I'm saying? So his snapping ability was bad. And that's probably why, you know, okay, big time player going to LSU. Surprise, going back to the house, dog. You know, so you know that could be what it was. But Quincy Sharp was at Scuba, and you know they do what they do in Scuba. You know, so you know he has a pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Like Columbus, team wise, they haven't been great. But shout out to my frat brother, who's over there coaching at Columbus. Coach Josh Pofus got his first win last night. Shout out to him over South Haven. All right, good job, guys. But anyway, Columbus always has athletes. They have them. They have pieces. They just can't put that team together, And so Sharp is one of the ones that, is a good athlete coming out of there. So hopefully with them seeing, because you got linemen. They got plenty of linemen. But for you to beat out everybody and be that starter, like you said, coming from a guard position, I have faith in that, And if you got to do all that to put him in there, I got faith in it, man. I'm excited about, like I said, Cameron is one of my former players. Of course, he's from Starkville. This is Kobe's first cousin. So he's a guard from Starkville. He's one of my former guys. Rufus is one of my former guys. Hopefully he can break out. But that's not my breakout player, but hopefully he can break out. But them one of my former players, both of them. But let's go back. I did the offense. Now let's go to defense. I like your pick with Green because he's a what? What position?
A safety.
Safety. What did we suck at last year? Safety. So I am hoping and praying that this is the breakout player for us this year, because that's what we were lacking. Like the corners can only do so much. And once they get out to that second or that third level, because the cornerbacks is like the second level, kind of corner and corners and linebackers kind of second level-ish. Then you got your safeties, that's the third and final level. Once the receivers or whoever got back there, it's game over. So if we could get that done, that would be great. I like Brule. And somebody said, well, we know what he's going to give. Brule, creme brulee, whatever they called him. Anyway, I like, because we knew him and we expect something, but and somebody said, well, we already know what he got or what he's going to do, but he didn't have that season. You know what I'm saying? He showed the signs and all that. So it still could be a potential for breakout. I'm a fan of his. I'm a big fan of him. So I like that pick as a breakout guy. But I'm going to shut it down and go ahead and stay with Derek and say Jalen Green, because we need it bad. So I'm going to ride with that one.
Now, one player that is, like I said, I didn't give his name back, but CJ Morgan. He gives us some depth. If he can get back, because he's a former starter, he's supposed to be gone, so he's back. If those young guys cannot hold up, you have a grizzled vet that's back there. What he may lack in athleticism, he makes up in his smarts. So put him back there and let him do what he do if he's healthy.
Derek, he was the best thing we had till he got hurt.
Yeah,
and I was comfortable with him. I'm like, yes, okay, we got somebody.
And Peters is back too. So, but
he's better than, I'm gonna say Peters is better than everybody else. But he's still, you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Yeah. CJ Morgan, I'm comfortable with him. I like him back there.
So it makes me wonder: is he healthy? Because he's not started. He's
right.
Not him too deep.
Right. But he was the best thing. He was the best thing out there. Morgan was, and then Peters was better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm. If he can get back in the form and get healthy, if those other safeties struggle like they did last year, you put a guy back there who got the smarts to read defenses better, and you let him use that experience that he has over those young guys. And you just ride with him. This is last year. He's back from injury. You roll with a guy who has the smarts.
Now, out of who we have, that the names that I remember last year, I do like Duncan being number one, though. I will say that.
Yeah, Duncan's at free safety. Jay Jimison's at second string. Dylan Lawrence is backing up Jalen Green. Fred Peters is starting at dog, and Sean Preston Jr. is behind Fred Peters. Yes. So I got a feeling we're gonna see CJ Morgan at any one of those three safety spots throughout the season. I mean, he has the ability to play all three.
Yes. Bad boy, baby. There you go. That's your cue. That's your cue.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little zoned out right now. Okay.
The mosquitoes and got Arthur Howe over there.
Right. That's what got in that blood. He's just like, Derek, I was looking at him. He was over there like this.
Hey man, y'all stop playing with me.
Hey, you stop going to that certain store and getting your coffee, man. Go to the regular store, get some Folgers.
Since are you going to give your breakout players off? Do you want to give any?
I gave mine.
He did. He was first.
I said, I said creme brulee and one of the running backs. Cream, we gonna call it cream with a clock brulee.
Before we move forward, out of these, what wide receiver do you think is going to have an impact this season?
Todd, you're Ken.
You. And do not bring
up
that kid.
I already said that Wally. Well, wait a second. Yeah. Who was the dude last year? Was that Tulu? Who was the one that made all the plays last year? He was like the only one who didn't suck.
Jaden Wally.
No, that's Wally.
Yeah. Okay. I said there's nothing for him to break out of. So yeah, I will go Tulu Griffin on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now here's the thing with that, Derek.
Now, who is the white boy that everybody keeps talking about?
All right, here's the thing about it, Derek. So we're gonna. Why are we mentioning that kid? Oh, he has great hands, man. Get out of here, dude. I mean,
the white boy who everybody keeps out his leadership, but he ain't actually done nothing on the field.
I mean, he had compared to everybody, he did have a decent season last season.
Okay. But anyway, you got to think about it, at the end of the year, everybody knew where the ball was going, but he still managed to get his catches. He still managed to get the yak. I mean, the dude seems to be special. Because I mean, you at a certain point, you knew where the ball was going, and nobody could stop him. So hopefully, he can continue to be a dominant force. I mean, you got to think about it, he was 18 last year. Like, he was a true freshman. So if he's gotten better, matured a little bit more, anything like that, the body develops anymore, anything like that, oh my God, he's going to be deadly. And then, like you said, Tulu showed moments. He showed every time he touched the ball, something happens, right? So hopefully he can get the ball more touches with it. And it's going to have to be somebody else because y'all already know I don't think anything offensively comes good out of Callaway unless you're on the line.
Man, you know what? You're going to leave Malik Heath alone, man.
I didn't say no nothing. You did.
Man, I forgot all about
But you said Callaway, man. I know who you talking about. I'm not hating on Malik Heath now.
Who's hating? Look at
this is his last year.
Good.
So
the only thing, the biggest impact that he made was upside dude's head when he kicked him at the end of the game.
Cobra Kai.
That was the only impact he made in that game.
Now, speaking of Kai, we do have a new wide receiver with the name Kai, Makai Pope, the transfer from Cal. So, and he was showing out in the spring game. So we have.
Bye, Derek. We going to the next topic, Derek.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna say that one more time. Then go to the next topic because I love shout outs. Shout out to Omni Wells, who's apparently been doing. You don't know him. I'm still gonna give a shout out, dog.
He's a running back, right?
Running back from Moss Point, Mississippi, came from Perk. Hopefully he gets a shot because personally, he better than both of them other guys.
The starters, you think?
Dude, did you see the starters?
Yeah, Woody and Johnson.
Did you see the starters?
Woody and Johnson.
BASIC.
But see, unlike Arthur, I know the roster. So when you said Omni Wells, I knew who that was.
Yeah, you do. But he represent. He walked on because he knew where he wanted to go to school at, and so he hopefully can get an opportunity to get in that play. He was playing. He got hurt in the spring game, but he's healthy and hopefully he can get an opportunity because once you got guys on Scully. Those supposed to be the guys, blah, blah, blah. Shut up, AJ. I'm almost through.
Hey,
all right, so
we running up. We got 15 minutes left. We got 15 minutes.
Go ahead.
All right. Will Rogers, quarterback situation. Do you think that Will Rogers make it through the whole season? I'm going to start off with Derek on this one. Jeremiah ain't here to say it, but we know you're a sunshine pumper.
If he shut up. If he can improve his scrambling ability and throwing the ball, getting rid of the ball, I think he will. Because Jack Abraham is hurt. So our backup quarterback situation is murky now. So we need Will Rogers to make it throughout the season. We need him to get the ball out. We don't need him taking no unnecessary hits.
Derek, I
Okay,
missed that.
I forgot to mention that Will Rogers went to the same high school as Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Gardner Minshew.
And he was recruited by Mike Leach.
Yeah, who played under Mike Leach.
When Mike Leach was at his other school, he was still.
Yeah, and Gardner Minshew also looks like Randy Marsh from South Park. All right, so Ken, same question for you. Do you think that Will Rogers? Huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you think that Will Rogers make it through the whole season as starting QB?
I have to ask Derek because I missed this part. What's the significance of Abraham's injury?
I don't know the significance, but I just know he's out. He hadn't been practiced. When I was looking at the reports, I mean, I just didn't really see him doing anything. So, then I saw that he was injured. So, now we got that transferred Lovertich and those freshmen backing up Will Rogers. So we need Rogers to make it through the season, because right now behind him we're unproven. With Abraham, we at least had a guy who really outperformed Will Rogers in the spring game. So I need him to get healthy. That having Jack Abraham healthy makes this team better if Will Rogers struggles in year 2. Now we do have those 2 true freshmen are definitely Mike Leach type quarterbacks, but they ain't ready. Not even the guy who threw for them 15 touchdowns in that game. He ain't ready.
So with that being said, answer your question. If Abraham is healthy early, I think because Will Rogers is young, if he has any slip up, I think the leash is short. Yeah, because you only got 1 year with Abraham, right? And your boy has 3 more, including this year, 3 more, unless doesn't work. Abraham gets in that, shows out, you can redshirt him if he accepts it. But let's say, I think we'll know about the 5th game. And I truly think, is it think or believe or hope that he makes it through the season?
All 3.
That he makes it through the season, right? Because I'll say that because Jack Abraham was throwing the ball. I think he threw the ball to DK Metcalf in high school.
He did.
DK wasn't DK Metcalf in high school. Let's be real. I don't know if y'all saw him in high school, but he was not. The person, when he played Starkville, the person that locked him down is probably working at Kroger right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was basic. He was just big. He was so basic. But, he worked on it, had a name.
Still now, all he does is he do the same thing now. Just run, score, and catch.
I mean, if it works, it works. If it's gonna pay them bills, it pays them bills. But he had his name was out there. He was a big old fast guy. Anyway, Jack Abraham, he went to Southern Miss, and you forget that he was at Southern Miss. Like, oh, that's right, he's still over there. Oh, that's right. So I really, can you really trust him in the SEC? I ain't gonna say really trust him, but you gotta think about it, man. You went from a basic conference to the best conference in college football.
But he's better than what we have backing up Rogers.
No, the backup situation, absolutely. But like I said, what I'm saying is I'm hoping and praying that that the starter develops even more, because he's played basically a whole season in the SEC already. So hopefully he can go ahead, he uses that experience and makes it through the season. So I am personally rooting for Will Rogers. I think I like his little swag and everything. I think he'll be all right.
All right, I'm gonna need Will Rogers to get rid of that big goofy ass. You know what I'm talking about?
You don't like his predator eye black, man? You don't like his
I hate
black?
it. With the toss or whatever, it looks like somebody doo-doo on his face, man. You need to knock that off. Take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us.
Where is Jeremiah when you need
it? Oh my gosh.
I'm like, this man looks like you just left for R. Kelly.
We're hiring for a
censor party.
For Arthur. The pay is 0.
Oh,
we need you now.
Right.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh my gosh.
Odell Beckham Jr. Hey, but here's my thing. I think that the chances of Will Rogers being benched is 0% because I believe that due to the fact of him being the guy, I think that the white fans like him too much. I hate to be racist. I hate to make it racial, but F it. It's the Black Dawgs Sports Podcast. It was racial when we
We
made
don't
it.
have any black quarterbacks.
Oh, well, nah, it ain't about that. But for some reason, just like with that wide receiver dude, folks just seem to really like Will Rogers. If he ain't done anything, I hadn't seen anything special to say that he's untouchable, but whatever.
He
So-
broke some records as a true freshman. He hit percentage record, Kendrick. Completion percentage.
I'm not
I
sure.
know. I mean,
You
as
know,
a
I
true,
don't care about
as
this
a true
stuff.
freshman.
Now, whoa. Speaking of which, let me tell you something that I forgot that we were supposed to do. Me and Jeremy talked about this before he took his ball and went home.
Again.
Okay, so we need to have a conversation where y'all all apologize to me because I was right about KJ Costello. I'll be waiting on y'all. I'll be waiting on y'all to
I gotta
apologize.
apologize to you for what?
Because I told y'all that dudes who's supposed to be first round picks don't lose QB battles no matter what y'all say. Y'all say he didn't lose QB battle. He lost QB battle. The 5th year seniors and stuff don't transfer away just us. And future first round draft picks don't lose QB battles and have to leave Stanford to come to Mississippi State University.
Did
And now-
the Chargers cut him yet?
Don't put my name in there.
Yeah, they cut him.
Don't put my name in there.
That man about to be playing for the Ottawa Redblacks.
Not the Redbacks. Look, I was slacking on my people. Like, man, people have been watching and commenting, man. I ain't been looking. Somebody said today, let me run through this real quick before you go on. I'm just gonna run through them real quick, because it ain't many. But it says Mike Leach was the first to say yes after contacting 16. Today, all should be breakout versus. Today, everybody should be breakouts versus LaTech.
Okay.
My boy said,
LaTech always free.
somebody asked, is the WWE champ Malik Heath playing today? All right, Chris Moore says his breakout player is Makai Polk.
Who?
The receiver.
Receiver from Cal. You
that,
niggas on the roster, bro. Real talk.
I didn't even know we had nobody who transferred in from Cal.
Man, you gonna do your homework, man. You a teacher, man. You setting a bad example for your kid doing homework.
Who is dude that transferred in from UCF?
Randy Charlton.
Oh, okay.
If Mullen was here,
You got an F.
KT would be playing his final year as starting quarterback. Ooh.
Hey,
They said if Mullen was still here, KT will be playing his final year at quarterback. Oh.
I mean, now he's doing his final year at kick returner for UVA.
Yeah, they say he's playing all 10 positions. They said that boy is playing everything.
Is he still number 99?
I don't know.
And man, a utility player. I don't think we missed out on much.
Yeah. All right. That's I just wanted to run through the few comments that we had, man, because we want to make sure we recognize the people that's actually watching and commenting, you know.
So did I mention before that I am an avid racist and that I think that Will Rogers isn't gonna get bent?
Oh God.
What?
Jeremiah. Wait. I'm gonna make this plea. Please come back so you can quiet on. You can run the show. I won't say nothing.
You gonna be the first one. Man, you can't.
He gonna kick me out.
Let's stop being petty.
Is Tommy Stevens still hurt?
I mean, probably.
You know, that's what they kept saying. Oh, he's hurt. He's injured. That joker was terrible.
I believe that he was. I believe that his collarbone was broke. That's me. I believe that he was doing really good. He took a hit in that ULL game. I have watched enough Cowboys games with Tony Romo to know what a broken collarbone looks like. Okay? That was a Tony Romo play if I had ever seen one. You know, I was expecting Dak Prescott to come out and replace him at that point. Okay,
man, wouldn't it be nice though?
Okay, we got 4 minutes left, right?
To
So,
college football.
real quick, what do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen today? And what do you think our final record is gonna be? I'm gonna start off with
Man, we
Go ahead, keep
we
talking.
gonna show them who the real Bulldogs are. Real talk. We're gonna beat them by 30. By 30. I think by
okay.
30. The
What
spread
you
is
think the season
23.
gonna look like?
We'll win 6 games. We'll be bowl eligible.
Okay.
All right. My SSISSITTI state schedule. All right. So much like Ricardo, I'm gonna take us to beat Alabama. No.
Beat them in what?
Right.
Getting on the buses at first after the game?
I mean, possibly. All right. So KVL, headliner. What you thinking? What's gonna happen today? What's gonna happen with the season?
I'm thinking about 3 to 4 touchdowns today, because I think we're gonna do what we do. And I mean, I'm thinking of, because Leach might be different. He might try to put up 80 points, but I'm thinking get as many players on the field as you can today. So you go ahead and impose your will, and then start getting some guys in there to see what they can do in real life situations instead of going with just my starters and just going with it. Because in the game the other night, I had a guy. He was like my 4th string running back one game. The next game he ended up being my starter. So hopefully, he'll just see what he has. Hopefully we'll do that. So that's 1 win. Got 4 hours, 1 minute, and 43 seconds to game time. Anyway, 1 win. I don't know anything about NC State. 2 wins, 3 wins. Memphis
ain't no joke now.
Man, I don't care.
We
Memphis, 3 wins. Okay. Vandy 4. Archie 5. Tennessee State 6. And Kentucky. Oh, yeah. Oh, Oxford. Yeah, Oxford. I'm always going to say we're going to win that, beat that. That's about 7, 8 wins right there.
Right.
I mean, just I'm not saying we're going to be that great to win 7, 8. It's just looking at the schedule. That gives us about 7, 8. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. But I feel like we go win 8. Let me break it down right quick.
Go ahead, bro.
I think we go win that. NC State, that's a push. If I had to guess, I would say we'd lose that one. Memphis, I think, F it. Memphis. LSU, I'm taking us to beat LSU. F it. F5 turnout. College Station, since it's at College Station, no. So I'm up to what? How many wins? 3 wins? All right. Bama, no. Vandy, yes. Starkville, Fudge. We got Kentucky and Starkville. That's 5. I'm taking Arkansas for 6. Auburn, no. TSU, that's 7. And Ole Miss, that would be 8. But see, I'm going to tell you what. I believe that we go win a game that we not supposed to win. Like something like Auburn or Texas A&M, I wouldn't be surprised if we pull that off. But I feel like we go lose a game that we were supposed to win.
To who?
So I don't know. It might
like
be
Memphis.
NC State, Memphis, one of those type of games.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the Egg Bowl is in Starkville this year. Screw Ole Miss. All right. So it is 11 o'clock. So anything you want to say before we get up out of this thing, Derek? Real quick.
Have a good weekend. Hell State beat LaTech.
All right, bad boy, baby. KVille, headliner, you.
I just want to shout out all my former players that are playing Saturday. Good luck to you guys. If they're probably not watching this, they're probably getting ready for the game. But all my former players, it's good to see my guys finally getting suited up to play. My first class, they are actually playing now, and so it's great to see. And also shout out to my nephew. Hopefully he can get a chance to get on the field. Red shirt freshman up at Marshall. And last shout out goes to my daughter who's at her senior year playing in the Alcorn band. Sounds of Dynamite. Love you, baby.
Okay. All right. So last thing I'm gonna say is I want to Greenville High Hornets to keep their head up, despite the fact that all of their players are getting recruited to go play at Greenville Christian, who doing pretty good for themselves right now, and the fact that they shut the school down, made it virtual for a couple of weeks for COVID. So we Gentry got to avoid the silence of the Rams last week, even though they still lost to Louisville on short notice or whatever. Also, wait a second, let me make sure the sound is back. Can y'all hear me? Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and give a shout out to wait a second, because I don't want to hear Derek's face. Okay, so I wanted to give a shout out to the wait a second, hold on. I wanted to give a shout out to the Merle Mustangs today. I don't have any faith in them, but still, I just wanted to say that 1400 stands for one team for all students with zero excuses and zero limits. And if anything, these charges claim 601, but we Callaway K. Peace out.